What's up guys, welcome back once again to the reviews. Today I'm going to be checking out some new fans. These are from Antec. Massive thank you to Antec for sending these over. And these are the Antec Storm 120 case fans. Now before I get into it, I'm just going to explain what I'm going to do. So these are a case fan. They are designed to be a case fan, however they do have high static pressure as well. But today I'm just going to be testing them in terms of an airflow fan. So I'm going to be putting them into the case itself and not onto a radiator. And I'm going to be testing them against the Inwin Luna 120 fans, which are already in my case. One, because it makes it easy, and two, because they're a very similar price, even though the Lunas are an ARGB fan. So we're going to test it against those. So what we're going to do first is get them unboxed, have a look at the quality of them, tell you a bit of the specs about them, and then we'll get them installed and we'll give them a test. So stick with me guys and let's get into it. So these are the Antec Storm 120 case fans in a 3-pack. You can buy them singly for about £10, €10 each, probably about $10 as well in the US. So like I say, these do match closely the price of the Luna AL 120 fans from Inwin, which are a very reasonably priced fan. So let's have a quick look over the box and basically see what the specs of the fan are. So I'll just talk a bit about what it says on the front. It's a spiral fan structure for better airflow. We'll see how it performs. It's a fluid dynamic bearing and it's PWM daisy chained as well. Like I say, these are a 3-pack. So they've done something basically to the fan blades, spiral fan structure. So we'll have a look at that in a second. It's air concentrating on the fan sort of ring around the frame. Like I say, fluid dynamic bearing, and it's anti sort of vibration cushion on them as well, as with most fans. So let's talk about the specs quickly. Standard 120mm fan size, so 120 by 120 by 25 PWM fluid dynamic bearing. These fans run up from 600 to 2000 RPM, and they have a decent airflow of 66.56 CFM. And air pressure of 2.7. I will do a test on these at some point in the future on static pressure, because I'm going to be going through all my fans and testing them all for static pressure. And then fan noise levels, these according to the box are really quiet. They're 20 to 25.8 decibels, which is really low, and the lifespan of 80,000 hours. And that's all you really need to know, and you get a 3-year warranty with these. So let's open them up and have a look at them. Right, so this is the fan itself. First impressions are, it feels decent quality. It's not the heaviest fan I've ever held, but it's not too bad at all. Normally I like to think that a heavier product means a better quality product, but these do feel decent. They feel really solidly built, to be fair. Yeah, they feel really good. They've got these quite thick anti-vibration mounts in the corner. They've got sort of a profile to them as well. They're not just completely flat across. So these are, like I say, an airflow fan. You might find obviously on a radiator with that, it stands off the radiator a little bit, and that might reduce its impact on a radiator. But we'll find that out at some point in the future. It's got 7 fans, which is very standard these days. Little bit of hub wobble, but that's to be expected again with most fans these days as well. And then the back is a standard frame sort of to follow the curvature of the fans as well. And these fans run, they've got a bit of a gap around the edge of the blade as well here. They're not right up to the edge. I'm not sure what the thing on the packaging about air concentrating design, I'm not sure what that's actually referring to. It does point to the sort of frame design here. I assume that's just the way it's designed to go straight through as for airflow, but it looks very standard to me, to be honest. And then we've got a nice sort of braided PWM connection. Standard 4-pin PWM with a daisy chain on there as well. It is a relatively short cable, which could be good for some systems depending on where you put them, but you do get, for each fan, you get an extension here as well, so you can extend them out. So if you need them to be a bit longer, you can use that as well. But other than that, that's about it. They're all just to show you on the fan. There's not a lot. Obviously, you've got an Antec symbol in the front with sort of a black and silver ring around it. These are obviously going to fit in any build, really. They're just a black fan. But yeah, they feel really good quality. Nothing more to say about them, really. So let's get them installed and we'll see how well they perform. Right, so we've got the Antec Storm fans installed and I've done some testing on them. I've just tested them on Cinebench just to give a sort of idea. It's easy to compare between the fans and easy test to run for me in terms of testing. Now obviously I could have done like game testing and everything like that, but this is giving you sort of the an overall view. Worst case scenario as well, of it being Cinebench. So for other applications, it's going to be obviously lower temperatures. So what I've done is I've tested it at Cinebench. I've tested it at 100% fans and 50% to give an idea of how they perform at different speeds. And I've also done some sound testing as well, using an app on my phone. So it's obviously not going to be the most accurate as a proper tester. I don't have one of those. So I've just tested it using the app. So let's just talk about the figures. So the Lunar fans at idle were at 30 degrees, and the Storm fans at idle were 30 degrees as well. Sometimes they did get a little bit lower, but were around 30 degrees for most of the time. And then when it went into the testing, I did a 5-minute run on Cinebench multi-core test. Like I say, it's a worst case scenario. So it basically pushes these fans to their sort of limit. And at 100% fans on the Lunar, we got a maximum temperature of 70 degrees, and 100% on the Storm fans, we got a maximum temperature of 70 degrees. So they perform pretty much exactly the same. And like I say, they are very similar in price, but these are non-RGB fans for the Storms. Now, in terms of 50%, so around 1,000 RPM, the Lunars got a maximum temperature of 72, so only 2 degrees increase, and the Storms got a maximum of 73. Could be within margin of error, but there's a 1 degree difference. Like I say, it's not really much at all. Nothing to worry about in terms of cooling performance. They still cool really, really well. The ambient temperature in here at the moment, at the time of testing, was about 16.5 to 17 degrees. It did get, to be honest with you, it got a little bit hotter after I'd done the first round of testing with the Lunars. So that could be why the test results were a little bit higher for the Storms. It was around 17 degrees in here for those. So let's say 0.5 of a degree difference really overall. Now, in terms of sound testing, at 100%, the Lunar fans were at 38 decibels, still really good, not a problem at all. And the Storm fans are at 37, so they are a bit quieter at full tilt. Not a lot, but they are a little bit quieter. And then going on to 50%, the Lunar fans were at 22 decibels, and the Storms are at 20. So these fans are definitely quieter than the Lunars, but not by a massive amount, but it is kind of noticeable to the ear. It is a little bit noticeable, but not massively at all. Neither of the fans are particularly loud. Obviously, they're going to be loud at full tilt. You are going to notice and you are going to hear it. But both very, very good. So these Storm fans, absolutely really impressed with them. Again, massive thank you to Antec for sending these over. Really impressed with these fans. They cool really well, and they are very, very quiet as well. So that's basically all there is to tell you about them, really. The build quality is absolutely fantastic of them. They are reasonably heavy compared to other fans, but they're not the heaviest, but they do feel absolutely solid. They're really solidly built, and there is the ever so slight hub wobble on them, but there is on most fans, to be fair, a very small amount. So can I recommend these? Yes, definitely. If you're looking for sort of an all blacked out build, you don't want any RGB, then definitely look at these fans. They are very reasonably priced at about £10 each, or a 3-pack is around £30 to £35 from what I've seen on the internet. I will put some links in the description below if I can find them, for where you can buy these and compare the prices, and I will put the Lunar fans in there as well. But yeah, absolutely great fans, perform really, really well. Like I say, if you're doing an all blacked out build, then definitely recommend these. So go and pick some up if you're looking for these. Obviously they're daisy chainable as well, which is really good. And they've got the short cables as well, so if you wanted to sort of keep it tidy, basically what I've done is plug them all in together using the short cables, and then use one of the long cables that they give you to get to the motherboard, and it keeps it nice and tidy in the back of your system. So like I say, I can definitely recommend these. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please stick with me for more fan videos coming soon. I've got some more fans to review and unbox and things like that. And eventually, when I get around to it, I am going to be doing a test of literally every fan I've got on a air cooler to test it for sort of static pressure and its cooling performance. So stick with me for that. Like I say, if you did enjoy this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Leave me any comments in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.